Now, continuing on in our interview format series, I want to talk to you about the sequence of interviews and how they come up. Well, generally with larger companies, the interview process will begin by some form of networking event or some form of informational interview. That's when you get to meet with individuals or representatives of the company. Sometimes they'll be the individual empowered with hiring, but sometimes not. But you'll meet with these individuals. It gives you the opportunity to converse with them, to make yourself known, to pass your card or your resume in some situations, but you're able to ask questions about the company, learn about it, and again, just familiarize yourself. Now, this person will generally take note of you. They'll keep your resume and card. Sometimes they'll document the situation, and oftentimes they'll even encourage you to apply, especially when you come across these through career fairs or through on-campus recruiting efforts, things like that. They'll make you aware of when the timeline for applying for the next cycle of internships or new employees coming on, when that timeline is, and encourage you to apply. And in some situations, say, feel free to reference me in that situation, which again is an exceptional benefit for you in that situation. So that's the informational interview. In that situation, you're trying to do the things that we discussed in the elevator pitch. You're keeping it conversational. You're demonstrating your value proposition without seeming boastful or bragging. But again, you're trying to create a level of commonality with that individual that makes them want to help you. Just do not forget to ask questions of them personally as well as the company, because collectively that together can again establish that fit and rapport that you're looking for. So that's the informational interview. Now, once they've received your resume, once they understand that you want to apply for the position, you want to, or at least interview for the position, the initial interview will oftentimes be a screening interview. Sometimes this is done over the phone, sometimes it is done via Skype. More often than not, it comes from the human resources group in larger companies or firms that they're calling to find out information about you. Now, they'll give you a great deal of information about the next stage, the in-person interview, or even maybe a follow-on interview or Skype interview with, say, the manager you'll be working with, or the team leader, or the project leader, or whoever you'll be working with. But the screening interview will want to find out specific things about you, expand upon what the resume and cover letter may not say, give you additional information about the job so you understand what they would expect, the skills and things that they're looking for and things like that. And what they're trying to do is weed down to the core candidates who are definitely going to be interested in this type of position, and again, meet the level of competency and potentially meet the level of fit that they're looking for in the organization. So giving you this information, making you aware of how the process works and what to expect and things like that, can give you additional information to prepare yourself. And again, so it serves that dual function of weeding out for them and allowing you additional time and information to prepare yourself for the interview process. So again, that's the screening process. And then next is the on-site interview. Okay, now sometimes they'll have a step in there where you'll have a displaced organization. Well, they'll say, let's just do this via Skype or conference call or something like that. Well, those are more difficult. A phone interview is far more difficult because all of your physical gestures and movements aren't read over the conference call. And they don't even come through fully via Skype, even though you can see an image of the person. Okay, so you're at a disadvantage then. So you, again, have to make it more compelling, and you have to work harder, practice harder to be efficient in a phone or teleconference style interview. But if you get the on-site interview in person, that's when you're trying to, again, it generally starts out with an individual interview. You're trying to do the things that we previously discussed, establish commonalities, rapport, through shared experience, values, beliefs, etc. So anyway, this starts off the process for what we talked about during the types of interview that you have, individual, group, or serial interviews that can sometimes last multiple days. Okay?